Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum for this Sunday, March the 19th, where our topic will be Fling Wide the Door, Bring Your Questions. Yes, we're going to have a Q&A session now about all the details that you will find in the prospectus. Hopefully you've all received this prospectus in the mail, which describes all the initiatives contained both in our annual stewardship campaign and in our capital campaign. But as I begin, you're going to notice behind me these pictures from out at the park. And it's pretty exciting, and we're showing them because these were the plans we made 3 or 4 years ago about building the pavilion out at the park. We made the plans, we got it funded, and now it's exciting, of course, because we're seeing the completion of that program. Now they've still got to put up the tin roofs, there's still some work to be done, the electronics and all the technology. But as you can see, now to be able to see concretely all those plans coming to fruition, it's just thrilling. So I show the pavilion going up, not because it's part of the campaign coming up, but because that's what we're trying to do again, just as we planned years ago, and now that's coming to fruition, these beautiful plans with the pavilion. Now we want to say, where is God taking us? Where is God taking us in the future? And that's all described in the prospectus. So let me just review a few things. And again, I want to encourage you to be here Sunday at 10:15 for the Sunday Forum. Bring all your questions, but you might want to bring the prospectus along. And if you've got certain questions about big projects, small projects, something within that you read, something you're excited about, bring those all, again, 10:15 on Sunday. But let me make a few points now about this campaign, Fling Wide the Door. When you hear Fling Wide the Door, we're talking actually about two things at the same time. We're talking about the annual campaign, the money we raise every year just to run the operation, to keep our ministries vital and healthy. So we're using Fling Wide the campaign for our annual stewardship drive. And at the same time, we're using Fling Wide the Door to talk about our 3-year capital campaign. And the capital campaign, like we did 3-4 years ago at the pavilion, is planning into the future. The things we think where God is directing and leading us, and that we're extremely excited about, both here at Morning Line Drive and, of course, out at the park. Now, we've been reviewing some of those projects every Sunday in the announcements at church, and so my guess is you've heard quite a bit about them, as well as now you have the prospectus. But you also want to take a look at the pledge cards. I think most of you have received the pledge cards. I think everyone's received the prospectus. And on the pledge card, when you open it up, you'll see both of those campaigns are included. The annual campaign and the 3-year capital campaign. So the annual campaign and the capital campaign, and you can commit to both. It's a pretty easy form to fill out. Unless you're giving a more complex financial instrument to make your pledge, then I think you'll want to talk to the business office or write a letter really detailing your expectations for your gift. So again, take a look at the pledge card, and we will be offering our pledges on Palm Sunday, April the 2nd. But we have also another meeting coming up here at church, at the Family Life Center, on March the 24th. We're very excited, where we'll again be presenting the progress on the campaign. We'll hear about these initiatives again. We'll field additional questions, but also we'll announce how far we've already come in the campaign. So again, contact Gina Fiddler here at the church, or Lee Smith, and they will make sure you've got a space around the table. So we talked about the prospectus. You should have that pledge card. Most have that, maybe not all, but there are coming. But as you review the prospectus, the things that we're doing here, of course, there are the big projects like the atrium outside. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. It will change what we can do and the type of neighbors we can invite into our space, education, concerts, choir concerts, fellowship, hospitality, some of the groups that use it during the week. This will change the flow of life here at the church. That's a big project. But there are a lot of small projects. We were at a meeting the other day, and one couple was excited about the kitchen. And they had real ideas about how to make our kitchen so dynamic that it can serve both in the Family Life Center for big gatherings as well as in the atrium. So there are big projects as well as small projects here at Morning Line Drive, including technology. We're always excited to say we can do a lot of the education and the things that we're doing now because, well, they're produced. We have an expert who comes in, Adriana, and she helps us, and you'll notice that's part of our plans for the future is to lift up our use of technology, whether it's live streaming or educational productions during the week. Same thing out at the park. There are some big projects involved, of course, like the community center, but that also involves many small projects because we want to fill that space up with activities that invest in our community and bring our community together in very creative and unique ways. Okay, so take your perspective, read it through this week, bring your questions then to the Sunday Forum. We'd be happy to address them, but also your comments, the things that get you most excited about this capital campaign. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday Forum. Bye-bye now.